Hey guys, what's up? My name's Erica. For anyone who's just clicked on one of my videos, I'm gonna go ahead and get right into it, but I just wanted to introduce myself, and then I'll probably just make this screen like a smaller picture-in-picture as I'm actually going through the code. But I just wanted to put this out. This is a quick, super quick program that you can write if you just learned Python and you're like, what can I make? But you're still in the beginning stages, so you're still like experimenting and like just trying to find projects and things. So I'm actually going to be doing a 30-day code challenge. So you're going to see a lot of videos from me just doing a bunch of programs, and this one in particular is a text-based game. So you're not doing any graphics or any animations or anything like that, but it's just going to be a super quick text-based game that can just show you what you're able to create with just the very, very basic building blocks of learning Python. So we'll go ahead and get into it, and I'll explain everything as I go. All right, and also I'm looking at my computer, which is right here. So all right, so first thing first, I highly recommend Anaconda Navigator, just for the Jupyter Notebook. It's so, especially if you're just learning Python, so cool. Or even, yeah, it's really cool because you can run everything in one window. You don't need to have a bunch of different files running, and you can get immediate results. And especially if you're learning and you're practicing, you kind of want that immediate feedback, and this lets you do that. You can use an IDE as well, just like Idle or VS Code. Anaconda comes with VS Code. But yeah, let's just get into it. So right now on my screen, you can see that I have just like a basic game, right? Or not even game, a basic like hello world type app at the top. So this is what the first thing you would probably learn is like how to print strings. So yeah, you're taking that a little bit further, but you're essentially just printing strings over and over until you make a shape. So that's what that first block of programming is. Now the second block is what we're going to be doing today, which is making the rock paper scissors game. And so right now I'm just importing the modules. So we're importing random. So from the random module, we're importing random integer. So we want to be able to have a computer generate a random integer between like 1 and 3, which is going to be rock paper scissors. So you'll see in a second, I'll go over all that, but first thing we're going to do before we get to that is declare our variables. So player is going to be us, we're the player. And we're going to be controlling the game. And so right now it's going to take input, whatever text you enter in. It has to be R, P, or S, right? And it's assigning each character with its corresponding element. So like rock, paper, scissors, I guess we can call them elements. Or yeah, we can call them elements for this. But all right, so chosen is going to be the random integer that I was talking about earlier. So 1 between 1 and 3. So we want it to be between 1 and 3 because we have 3 elements, rock, paper, and scissors. And once we choose our element, we want the computer to choose its based on a random number between 1 and 3. Simple enough. All right, so next, what we're doing here is printing our player. type hella slow. Alright, so we're printing the results. So player versus the challenger, or like the chosen, aka the computer, right? The random computer's choice. And what it's doing is it's saying player versus, so player is going to be my input. So like if I chose R, what it's going to do is print R versus, and then it's going to append that to our input. So if we see that, you can see here it's rock, paper, scissors. That's the text that was printed out. And then let's see if I actually put something else. Yeah, so I'll do R versus, and you can see that it appended that R to the text at the top, so that rock, paper, scissors. So that's what that end is doing. All right, so then next we're going to print our chosen integer. So what we're doing is we want to say rock versus what, right? So we know R is rock, right? But we want to print the chosen choice. We don't want it to print those integers 1, 2, and 3. We want it to print the actual corresponding character. So R, P, or S. So yeah, so right now we're doing a bunch of if else statements, so that we can have it print R versus the what do you call it? The challenged? Not really challenged, like opponent. That took so long. You guys don't even, I'm gonna edit that out, but you don't even want to know how long it took for me to think the word opponent. But anyway, so yeah, we wanted to put R versus whatever the opponent choice was. So yeah, right now we're doing if, else, if statements. So in Python, else if is written elif, as you can see here. So it's just saying if that is equal to 3, then computer equals this. Now right here, I'm gonna go back towards the end, but you can kind of see that I made a mistake and I didn't put the S in quotes, so that is gonna mess with our program. We definitely want that to be in a string. All right, so now we're printing computer. All right, so when it prints the computer, that's when it's adding that R versus whatever the opponent's choice. So computer, just the opponent. All right, so now we're just doing a bunch of if and then else if statements to account for all of the scenarios that we can have. So for example, if I choose rock and the computer chooses paper, we want it to say, okay, the computer wins because paper covers rock. So we want to account for every possible scenario. So that's what we're doing here. So we're doing a bunch of if and then else if statements to try and gather up all the possible outcomes, and then that's essentially going to be the game. So we're just printing all of that. So I'm actually going to fast forward through all of that because I type hella slow. And you'll have the source code. You can just see it based off of text. It's fairly simple. I got an error that's saying that computer is not defined, and yeah, so you really have to declare your variables first. This is why I got that error right there. So yeah, let's see what happens. Okay, so for some reason it's not saving. All right. Bro, I type hella slow. Alright, so right here I forgot a scenario, so you can see where it's S versus R, and then I don't get any feedback from that. It's not telling me who wins. So what we're doing here is putting that scenario in, and then telling the program what to do once that scenario is printed. So we're just adding that else if statements. We're not quite making functions yet, but we're using our printing ability, and we're using different modules. So you learn about importing random module and using that, and taking an input and using that input for another part of the program. And yeah, that's gonna be it for today. I'll come back with something